Okay, so this is 7th grade. We're starting lesson 1-8, and we're talking about dividing integers. And I will say this, it's very much like multiplying integers. And that is, if you, let's say, 10 divided by a -5, you know the answer is going to be negative. Just like if you did 10 times a -5, you know the answer is going to be negative. So when you divide two positives, you get a positive. If you divide two negatives, you get a positive. But if either one is a negative, you get a negative. And that's kind of what they go through in this particular lesson here. So I'm turn to page 54. I'm looking at example 1. I'm not going to go through it in great detail here. And so here they have a -160 divided by a +4 equals question mark. And they just go through the steps here, and it says, so a -160 divided by 4 is a -40, not a +40, because one of the integers was a negative. So it says when dividing integers with different signs, the quotient, or the answer, will be negative. Not worried about the try at the bottom of that page. You can scratch that out. Example 2 here, it says dividing integers with the same sign. So here we have an example of a -27 being divided by a -3. We have two negatives, so the answer is going to be positive. And -27 divided by a -3 equals 9. And so then they have this. You might want to circle this like I did the last one. It says when dividing integers with the same sign, they're both positive, don't do that, or they're both negative, the answer will be positive. Okay? Circle A, B, and C. Example 3, I'll let you look at that one. I just want to point out something here. Here's an improper fraction. The numerator is larger than the denominator, but we have a -18, and you guys all should know now that this fraction line really just doesn't mean anything more than division. So that's a -18 divided by 4. This is 18 divided by a -4. And you know in both cases you're going to end up with a negative. And they did it there for you. It's a -4.5. But now look at this. This is a little different, and you'll have some problems like this. Here we have an 18/4 in parentheses. Now, if we didn't have that sign on the outside, it would be 4.5. But that symbol means the opposite of. So whenever you see, let's say you had something in parentheses that was 2 times 1/2 divided by a -1/4, okay, equals, and then you had this symbol right here. You would figure out what the answer is inside the parentheses. You'd use order of operations. 2 times 1/2 is 1. 1 divided by a -1/4 is what? What's 1 divided by 1/4? Oh, awfully quiet. What's 1 divided by 1/4?
4.
4, thank you. But remember, that was negative. It was a -1/4, so it would be a -4. So that would be the answer inside the parentheses. But you've got this symbol right here that says the opposite of. So the final answer would be the opposite of -4 so it would be 4. So keep that in mind because you'll have problems like that. Yes?
So it's similar to absolute value, but you'll use both signs?
No, it's not similar to absolute value. It's just if you see this symbol outside some work you're doing, parentheses, brackets, whatever, just remember whatever your final answer is, then you're going to change the sign. It's going to be the opposite of whatever you solved it to be. Okay? Yes?
Where if it's 0 divided by 40?
Oh, we'll get to that. Okay. All right, down at the bottom, page 55. I just labeled this A, B, C, D, E, and F. And it says, which are the following equivalent to a negative 5? So if you think, and I'll just put it in brackets here, the answers. If you think it's B and D and F, just write B, D, and F in here. Okay? Page 56. Do you understand how does dividing integers relate to multiplying integers? They are related, and so you can write down if the signs of the dividend and the divisor are the same, the quotient or the answer is positive. And then you can also write this one down here. So these are the two answers that you got to write kind of small and put in there for number 1. Number 2, scratch out. Number 3, scratch out. Not worried about either one of those. Number 4, find each quotient. So I circled A through F. Okay. 5, I circled. 6, choose 2. So 2 of those boxes you want to mark. Let's just go back to this so we're clear. Look at this one here. We have a negative 25, here's our fraction, over a positive 5. Let me pull a stick here. Miss Persinger. So I could just ask you, first off, what's 25 divided by 5? That's okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It's 5, right, okay. But the 25 is negative, so it would be a what? Negative 5. Okay? So keep an eye on those signs there. Let me do one more. Mr. Meredith. Here we have a negative 10 being divided by a negative 1. What's the answer?
10.
Yeah, it's 10. It's positive because they're both negative. All right. All right, let's go over to the next page here. 7 and 8. 7 looks like I filled some of that out for you. First box is negative 16, and then we have a negative 4 and a negative 16. Finally, a negative 4. So negative 16 divided by 4 is negative 4. Number 8, I just filled out 2 of the boxes. Negative 7, negative 7. You got to do the other 4 boxes. Number 9, circle that one. Number 10, the answer is no. And it says, if not, find the quotient. So I want the answer for number 10. Number 11, you can see that I've circled A and B. Number 12, there's 6 boxes here. You're marking 4 of them. 4 of them you want to mark, which the quotients are equivalent to 2.5. Select all, apply. Which ones are the same as 2.5? 13, circle that one. 14, circle that one. 15 down to the bottom. Model with math, find each quotient and plot it on a number line. Which of the expressions are undefined? Okay. 58. Circle 16, circle 17. Higher order thinking. You want to copy this down because I got it started for you. I'll make this one worth a stick.
Is it graded?
It will not be graded. Okay. So it says if the fraction 396 over x divided by, or x minus 10 is equivalent to a negative 22, show the value of x, or how could you find the value of x? So here I wrote it down. 396 over x minus 10 equals a negative 22. So when you're solving for a variable, you want to get it by itself, and you'll learn more about that later in the year here. So I just put 396 over x minus 10 in parentheses, and I multiplied both sides by x minus 10. So the next step I end up with, these cancel out, I end up with 396 equals a negative 22 times x minus 10. Then I just put continued. So see if you can solve it from there. All right. Circle 19 and 20 and 21. Just over 10 minutes.